Welcome back to the McInnes Marketing Minute, guys. Jay, welcome back. Dino, welcome to your first, but I'm sure not last,
episode. Dino comes to us from
Croatia.
And we find Dino at our newest listing,
8111 11th Avenue in Burnaby. That's right, which you will be lucky to see some sneak peeks of
very shortly, right about now.
During this video, yeah.
Okay.
But pricing right. Very important in this seller's market, as we've been talking about for a while. We're at that turning point in the market where seller expectation is starting to go quite significantly above market reality. And that's when we start to see things turn, wouldn't you say?
Yes, so this week we're talking about listing your property accurately.
Yeah.
And listing accurately is going to get you the momentum, the attention you need to sell for the best price today.
Yes, so essentially, and whether this is a buyer's or seller's market, we're always stating the same thing. Sold comparables are going to be your best friend when it comes to market value. It doesn't matter how busy it is, it doesn't matter if it's dead, it doesn't matter if it's the hottest market of all time. That's going to be your go-to point. And it's important to look at that price as opposed to how that individual got there. So just because you saw your neighbor down the street got 10 offers and the price went up to that, doesn't mean that you should necessarily list at that price and you should be expecting 10 offers yourself. You should be looking at the price first and foremost, and then forming your strategy in order to get to that price.
Well said. So you can go a variety of different ways. I'll start with the middle. You can list right on point, your expectation being in line with the market, and present the property obviously as best it can be, and let the market come to you and deal with it with all those supporting solds clearly and easily supporting your price. And then if the market is moving in the right direction, we're going to push up. And if you just so happen to get one offer and that's market value, then it's quick and easy, clean.
That's the more traditional approach where, you know, you list at a price and there's going to be some negotiations back and forth, or maybe somebody comes in. Yeah, and you're listing kind of in and around about the price that you want for the space. Now, obviously, when we're in a seller's market, there's a lot of talk about multiple offers and driving the price up. The important thing to note on that front is, let's say your market value is worth 1.6 million. You should be pricing lower than 1.6 million in order to drive those multiple offers. Hopefully you get that number, and what you're hoping for is to actually possibly exceed that number, because it's multiple offers, drives interest and whatnot. It doesn't mean that you can list at in and around the market value where you're at now, expect 10 offers to come through, and your $1.6 million property is all of a sudden going to be capturing 1.8 million. Once again, it's all about the price that you want to capture and the strategy in order to capture that price. Especially at the moment, I think you'd agree, if it's a house in particular, if it's staying on market for days on end, it's telling more of a story than it would in something like a buyer's market.
For sure. And then, of course, you can, strategy number 3, try at the top end. Shoot a little higher on price, allowing the market a little bit of room to negotiate down to where your expectation is.
Yeah.
So another traditional way, because people believe that everyone wants to feel like they got a deal, so we start on the high side and negotiate back down to that market value. But always keep in mind, the comparables are the comparables. Those details are all public. Everyone's got those. So as a seller, with your representation, you guys know exactly what you're worth and what that range is, and using those to move forward. And again, every house sells under different circumstances. Was it multiples? Was it just one? Was it one but over asking? So on and so forth. So all the research needed, of course, but pick your own strategy based on the end results of what the market has produced so far, and you will be successful.
Yeah, rule number 1 should be defining what price it is that you need to capture, and if the market supports that price. And the market will be able to tell if it supports that price by the comparables. If it does support that price, then that's how you discuss the strategy in order to get to that price. And then that should be your next conversation. But number 1, make sure the market is supporting your price anyway. I think that wraps us up for this week.
I was going to say, I think that's 1, 2, and 3.
Short, to the point. Thank you, Dino, for coming.
Croatia.
Thank you, Jay, as always. And we'll see you guys next week.